kids, comics. Silver-haired Bronze Age babe here, yakking about her comic book collection, and today, another episode of Your Wish is My Command. This is Lois Lane number 92. It's from 1969. And forgive me, I can't remember which viewer asked if I had read this and would want to talk about it. I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't remember the story. And as I talk through this, I think you'll see why I didn't remember the story. But this is where Lois Lane turns into a super filly. The cover is not super representative of what the story actually is. The splash page does a better job. You know, it's really not the best part of the canon for me. First of all, the story art is not by my guy, Kurt Schaffenberger. And you can tell well, first of all, that just doesn't look like, you know, Schaffenberger doing Superman and Lois. But particularly this page, which I love. I actually love the page. But you can tell by this close-up of Lois, she's lost in the desert and getting very hot. I really like this whole page, actually, where she's just kind of dragging herself through the desert. But from an art standpoint, this is definitely kind of a bridge era between Schaffenberger and probably my favorite Lois Lane artist of the Bronze Age, I think Werner Roth, is that his name? But so the art's a little flat. And the story is basically that Lois is turned into a centaur and later a horse by Comet, the super horse's arch enemy, a character whose name I have conveniently forgotten. Oh, Maldor? Not sure. But during her transition, before her transition actually, she meets and falls in love with the Studley Byron, the real identity of the super horse. And they fall in love, and luckily their attraction to one another really does transcend species, and so that's cool. Superman ends up saving the day, and the story ends with Lois still pining over the object of her equine affections there. In addition to the art not really being in my wheelhouse, the story itself is actually pretty flat. It's strange to say this about a story where a woman turns into a horse, but it isn't weird enough for me, believe it or not. And I'm going to show you why in a couple panels here. Any sense of fun that they have about this is kind of undercut about the science that they are saying is at play. Superman basically has created a fake comet to help NASA test a missile or something. And they feel compelled to say, have an editor's note here, well, the giant framework in the head of the comet emits luminous gases which exactly simulate the effect of a real comet. It's like, I mean, who the heck cares? There's a lengthy flashback to Comet's origin story here, which I guess is necessary. I guess it was for me because I didn't remember his origin story because it's a character don't care that much about. And then at the end, when Superman has saved the day, we get well, first of all, this is kind of nice. We get rainbows. Rainbows save the day, and that, in general, that happens with rainbows. But you get Cal helpfully explaining the properties of a rainbow here. Since a rainbow is caused by sunlight being refracted by droplets of water suspended in the atmosphere, I'll create a rainbow blowing the water upward, skyward like a super atomizer. It's like, oh my god, yeah. Okay, so on the whole, it's not one of my favorite Lois Lane stories. But it's part of her canon, and so I guess you have to remember that at one point she was a super filly. So, but hey, here's a joke. A horse walks into a bar, and the bartender says, "Hey!" And the horse says, "You read my mind." Well, thanks so much for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.